Welcome to the Hoops Culture Podcast, where we talk about all things basketball and other sports too, because we're talking about football today. And it's going to be a redo of an episode we did Wednesday that got corrupted, and it'll be the same. It'll be fine. We'll have fun, and yeah, it's one of my friends, Alden. Say what's up.
How you guys doing?
Yep. He's uh
Good to be here.
he's a big Lions fan and a Nets fan. Um, from New York, so he's always been a Nets fan his whole life. He's not, a KD, Kyrie Irving, James Harden bandwagon. He's always been a Nets fan, and I don't think you could bandwagon the Lions. So that's
Yeah.
he's a loyal fan. It's let's just keep it at that. But anyways, it's actually we're making this episode like maybe a couple minutes. When it comes out, it'll be a couple minutes before the Bengals and the Raiders face off in the first wild card game. Um, but we still wanted to give our predictions because it was really a lot of fun when we did it, and it'll be it'll be fun right now. So we're since you're the guest, we'll start off with the wild card in the AFC. So who do you got winning?
So the teams pairing up are the Chiefs, Steelers, Bills, Patriots, and Bengals, Raiders.
Yep.
I have the Bengals beating the Raiders. Close
Okay.
game, but I think Joe Burrow will pull it off. I know he's a early quarterback, but I feel like their offense has been there this year.
Yeah,
And
Jamar Chase and Joe
yeah,
Mixon have been amazing this year.
yeah, exactly. So we'll just see what I don't think they'll get very far, but I think they'll definitely make the divisional round. I
Yeah.
have the Bills beating the Patriots.
Yeah,
Josh Allen, Mac Jones is just too young. I know Joe Burrow's young too, but I think Joe Burrow's just a better player than him, in my
yeah,
opinion, better quarterback. So I got the Bills beating the Patriots. Just the Bills are just gonna overwhelm them. And
yeah.
I have an upset with the Chiefs and Steelers. I think the Steelers are gonna beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs have been sloppy all year. I know they picked it up, but they're just not the same Chiefs as they were last year.
Yeah, I agree as well. For my picks in the AFC wild card, I mean, Bengals Raiders games happening 4:30 Eastern time. I think the Raiders are gonna pull it out. I've been really impressed, like what they did, in these last few weeks. They've been a really good team, and that Chargers Raiders game was amazing. Um, I just think it's gonna be a really high scoring game. But I
Yeah,
do think the Raiders will pull it out because their car is hungry. Their car's hungry to win. It's Joe Burrow and the Bengals. It's like most of those guys' first years in the playoffs,
yeah.
and their car um, it will be really hungry to win that game. Darren Waller, hopefully he's playing, and yeah, I think they could pull that out.
Do you think that the Raiders defense will be able to stop Joe Mixon?
No, I don't think I don't think either team's gonna stop each other at all.
All right.
I think it's just going to be straight gunslinging, throwing the ball deep, scoring every single down. Well, it'll be a fun game. I think it'll be the best wild card game. That's my prediction. But for
That game's 4:30 today.
yep, 4:30 Eastern time. If you guys have cable, go watch that because it's going to be incredible. The next game, Bills Patriots. I think the Bills take it easily. Um,
Yeah.
if Mac Jones was more experienced, I think they would beat the Bills. But you can't trust a rookie quarterback in the playoffs. We've seen it time and time again with I think the only exception had like in recent years has been Patrick Mahomes, but he wasn't like really a first year because he got drafted the year before he started playing, but he was under Alex Smith, so that's different. But we've seen it with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson come in and he came in, lost the first game, didn't play that good. It's all experience. They'll be
Yeah.
better, way better next year, way better. But yeah, I think the Bills will take that. And same with you. I think the Steelers are going to upset the Chiefs because despite Ben's comments saying saying that they're not the better team, this and that, and Najee Harris reposted it and was like so confused too, and like probably all the players were confused. But I think they'll take the game. I don't know. I just don't think the Chiefs as well are just not not the same team they were last year and the year before that. They're not that same powerhouse on offense or on defense, and that offensive line is not good at
Yeah,
all, not no whatsoever. But
totally
next,
agree.
we're going to the NFC. You could start.
So I have the matchups there are the Rams versus Cardinals, Cowboys and 49ers, and Buccaneers and Eagles.
Okay.
I have the Buccaneers beating the Eagles with ease.
Yeah,
Just
I think so
yeah,
too.
you're not knocking Tom Brady off first round.
Yeah.
No way. I have the 49ers, a big upset also as well. I think the 49ers are going to beat the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are just going to beat the Cowboys. And the 49ers, I think they're just going to feed off that energy from last week with
Yeah.
versus the Rams. Just their offense, even when Jimmy Garoppolo injured, they're still able to produce and
Yeah.
still, of course, always produce defensively as well.
Yeah. And Jimmy
And
G did look good in that last game. Like I'm not gonna lie,
yeah,
he looked pretty good.
yeah. And Rams Cardinals, they've versed twice. They've versed 3 times or twice.
Twice, I think.
Twice, and both the series is 1-1 between them. But I still have the Rams winning, because
Okay.
the Cardinals have had a great start, but they kind of slacked off in the
Yeah.
later towards the season.
Yeah. When Hopkins kind of got injured, we saw that
Yeah,
we saw their play kind of decline because your best weapons out of the game. Kyler Murray's gonna have a rough go, and
yeah.
defense
Kyler
kind of
Murray,
slowed
Kyler
down.
Murray was MVP candidate early on.
Yeah, and Chandler Jones looked like the defensive player of the year those first couple of weeks, but that whole defense just slowed down, especially after J.J. Watt got hurt. But he looks like I think he's coming back. I don't know for the wild card game, but if they win, they go to the divisional round. But I don't see them winning either.
Yeah,
My picks: Buccaneers, Eagles. I think the Buccaneers will win. The Eagles are going to be a tough team, especially a young quarterback like Jalen Hurts. But it's Tom Brady. Tom Brady's going to win that. That defense will do their thing, and they'll capitalize on rookie mistakes by Jalen Hurts. Well, not rookie mistakes, but second year mistakes by Jalen Hurts. I think the Cowboys will beat the 49ers. They're just such a talented team to lose this early. I mean, you could say, oh, they're the Cowboys. They do Cowboys things, but I just don't. I don't see them as that team this year.
yeah,
I see them as a way different team. Rams, Cardinals. I think the Rams are gonna. I think the Rams will take care of business. They're doing their thing with that defense. That defense is so suffocating, and it'll overwhelm their offense, and I think that'll be the main factor. Matthew Stafford has been really good this year too. I trust him as a a franchise quarterback. So yeah, I mean that's those are my picks. We'll go
yeah.
into the divisional round right now for our matchups in the AFC. What are your matchups?
I have AFC, right?
Yep.
AFC, Titans, Steelers, and
Okay.
Bills, Bengals. I have the Titans beating the Steelers with ease.
Okay.
Especially if they get Derrick Henry back, right? The divisional
Yeah,
round, they're
I
getting
think
him
he's
back.
coming back wild card day. Wild card oh no, divisional round. I'm sorry. They're not playing in
Yeah,
the wild card. Yeah,
perfect.
so
Yeah,
he'll be
and who's
back.
stopping? Like who's stopping? Even without Derrick Henry, they'll still be able. They're the number one seed without him, and
Yeah.
that's just crazy because Derrick Henry put up amazing stats for them, amazing yards for them during
Yeah.
his time before he was injured.
Yeah,
So that would be an easy win for the Titans.
like some running backs don't even get didn't even get Derrick Henry's stats like in a year and he got it in like what, like 9 games?
Yeah,
It's
I
insane.
think lust. I think lust.
Yeah, I got to check that cuz that's insane. But what's your next matchup?
Bills Bengals. I have the Bills beating the Bengals.
Okay.
I'm really impressed with the Bills this year. I think the Bills are just gonna. I don't think it will be a blow. Definitely not a blow. Definitely a close game, but I think the Bills will pull it off because Joe Allen and his coach. The coach is really. His IQ is very big when it comes to these type of games,
Yeah.
especially versus a younger quarterback like Joe Burrow. The
Yeah, yeah.
defense will definitely attack and get what they want.
Yeah. I actually I think the Raiders will actually beat the Buffalo Bills just
Ah,
just because I feel like, you know, Buffalo did have a lot of injuries on defense, and I don't know, it's kind of looks iffy because you don't know what you're gonna get out of Josh Allen. You're either gonna get an amazing performance, 4 touchdowns, hi-
yeah,
just going crazy, or you could see him throw 3 interceptions and like have two fumbles. and
And
be
this
very
year,
careless.
arguably, I don't think it's arguable. I think Derek Carr is a better quarterback than him this year.
Ah, that's. I
That's
mean,
what I'm saying.
with the
Arguable.
with the with the circumstances of this year, yeah, you could say that. Um, I mean, I don't know. Like Josh Allen scored the ball a lot more. Um, but they both roughly had the same amount of interceptions. Derek Carr had 14. I'm pretty sure Josh Allen had like 17 interceptions, but he
Yeah.
was a
And
lot
I
more.
think Derek Carr has more yards. Yeah, I think he's top five in offensive leaders for passing.
Yeah, wow. I mean, the circumstances, but I just feel like the Raiders are going to be the hungrier team and beat the Bills, and especially no Tre'Davious White, their
Yeah.
best corner. Maybe they'll capitalize off that, and I think they'll get that win. Steelers Titans, think the Titans beat them easily. Derrick Henry's just going to run the ball, waste clock, and get a couple touchdowns, and I think they'll lock up that Steelers offense. Their defense has been pretty surprisingly good this year, especially since a lot of people thought they were going to be a very bad defense, which I did too. But they impressed. They impressed so far this year.
Yeah.
Next, going into the NFC divisional round, what are your matchups?
Rams and Buccaneers and 49ers and Packers.
Okay.
So I have another upset. I have the 49ers beating the Packers.
Ooh.
They're going to feed off that energy again. If they're able to beat the Cowboys, they shouldn't have a problem with the Packers, especially since the Packers like recent history. They always every year they're always up there. They always get a bye week. Most of the time,
Yeah.
always got that bye week, but they always are
They always fall
never
short
able
in,
to.
in one
Yeah,
week.
always fall short. Always. That's one
Yeah.
of the reasons. And the coaching too. Like obviously they fixed their coaching and all that, but like his Aaron Rodgers' relationship with what's his name? I
Matt
forgot his
LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur hasn't always been the best. And I think they'll make another mistake in this game. And the
Yeah.
49ers are just the 49ers are 49ers.
Yeah.
I have
They're
the Rams beating the Bucks. I know that's very very controversial.
nah.
But they did verse in the regular season one time, and the Matthew Stafford had 4 touchdowns and 350 yards,
Yeah, that was really
zero
impressive.
interception. Yeah, Tom Brady didn't have his best game,
But
and
it's because
they
of
fell
how good
short.
that defense is. That defense
Yeah,
is so good. And that was before they had Von Miller. You add
yeah,
Von Miller to the mix, it's going to be very tough.
and the Bucks do have a good defense too, but they still weren't able to stop the passing game at all.
Yeah, it's well, you don't really run against the Bucks, especially with like all those linebackers they have. You got to pass. You have
Yeah,
to pass every single play because their secondary is not that good. And especially secondary with injuries, it's tough. My matchups, I got Packers, Rams, and the Cowboys, Buccaneers. I think the Cowboys will beat the Buccaneers. It's a rematch of Week One. Um, you know, the Cowboys were really close to beating the Buccaneers in Week One, but some errors with the kicker kind of messed them up. But I think Dak and the squad will get it done. Micah Parsons is going to put that pressure on him. Demarcus Lawrence and Trayvon Diggs will do their thing. You know, C.D. Lamb and and Amari Cooper are really talented. Very probably, and it sucks that they don't have Michael Gallup. He's out for the year, but this is still lethal wide receiver duo. So I think the Cowboys will get it done. I'm with you on the Packers losing, except I think the Rams will destroy the Packers. That I just feel like that defense, man. That defense is so good. They're
yeah.
so good, and I don't think anyone's gonna stop them. So yeah, those are my picks.
Packers are gonna be disappointed this year as well.
Yeah, it's
And
it's
what do you think
unfortunate.
that'll leave Aaron Rodgers?
I think that leaves him in a like it leaves him in a mindset like, do I want to keep doing this, or do I just retire, or do I just try to force my way to another team?
Yeah.
Because he was talking about retiring. I mean, he's still I don't
He's
think
still
he's hit
amazing,
40
bro. He's
yet.
probably the MVP this year.
Yeah, I think he's the MVP. I mean, we'll talk about All Pro after, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's just I don't know. Like, do you want to stay in Green Bay? It's gonna be hard to trade him. I'll tell you that. It'll be hard to trade him, but you know, because it's contracts match up, and teams don't want to give too much for a 39-year-old quarterback.
Yeah.
So that's the Packers' problem. They'll see that right after the season, whether they win or lose, and yeah, we'll see. But AFC Championship, what is your matchup?
Uh, the Bills and Titans. I have the Bills beating the Titans. I know the Titans
Wow.
are. I know, but it's just tough. But I just think the Bills are gonna pull it off. I know the Titans are very dangerous with Derrick Henry, but especially if he comes back, like imagine he gets injured again in the divisional round.
Yeah,
He's coming back from an injury. You honestly don't know
I
how
don't
he's
know when.
playing. That's why I still had them beating the Steelers, even without them, they would beat the Steelers because of their performance. But
Yeah,
this year, the conference championship is different when it comes
yeah,
to
for
that because you
sure,
don't
for
know
sure.
how healthy Derrick Henry will be. Maybe it'll hurt the team because you never know. Maybe they're just trying to force him to
Yeah,
rush, force him to do. Yeah,
and it's been a long
yeah.
time since they played, so I kind of understand that. Like they all play
Yeah.
together. Um, what's your NFC Championship matchup?
Rams and 49ers. I
Okay.
have the Rams beating the 49ers, even though the last six top matchups they've had, the 49ers have beat them. I think the 49ers will choke and lose to them in the conference championship.
Okay. I
I think the Rams will learn from their mistakes. That's what I think.
For sure, for sure. My matchups in the AFC Championship, I have Raiders Titans. I think the Titans will beat them. We see AJ Brown and Julio Jones kind of like getting back into the groove, and I think they'll do their thing and take care of the Raiders. I have in the NFC Championship Cowboys Rams. I think the Rams will get it done, and they'll capitalize over the Cowboys and go to the Super Bowl. I think it's
Yep.
pretty plain and simple. That defense is just so good, and yeah, that's my prediction going into the Super
So
Bowl.
I have the Rams and Bills.
Okay.
So I think this will be a very tight game. I think this will be a very great Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I also think it's not going to be very. I don't think it's going to be low scoring. Even though the Rams defense have a great defense, I think it's going to be a high scoring game.
Yeah.
I think the Rams defense is going to struggle a little bit, but I still have the Rams pulling it off. I think Matthew Stafford will win his first Super Bowl, and despite all the haters and what they say, I think he'll upset a lot of them.
Yeah, for sure. I have the same thing. I have the Rams beating the Titans. Matthew Stafford's been great. Cooper Cup's amazing. That defense, obviously, anchored by Jalen
Yeah,
Ramsey and Aaron Donald. Man, like, it's just like they have so many weapons on offense. Like, you got Odell Beckham. You also add Odell Beckham to the mix, who's been very good for them. Catching touchdowns and everything. It's been
yeah.
him and Matthew Stafford gelled very quickly together, and yeah, I just think they'll be way too much for Tennessee, and I think they'll get it done. So yeah, those are our predictions. We surprisingly have both of the same teams winning. I couldn't really make this prediction till actually like a couple days ago because I really didn't know, but thinking about it more, I really do think the Rams will get it done. With the quarterbacks, but. Next, we're going to talk more about the NFL and the all pro teams because, like, I don't know. I mean, it kind of revealed who's probably going to win MVP.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers had how many votes? 20,
Yeah, he
25?
got that first team.
Yeah,
Well, I'll list off all the all pro for offense and defense. So for all pro offense, we got Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, Jonathan Taylor at running back, Mark Andrews at tight end, Devontae Adams at wide receiver, Cooper Cup at wide receiver, Debo Samuel at wide receiver, Trent Williams at left tackle, Tristan Wirfs at right tackle. Um, what you call it? Why am I blanking? Right guard. Wait, what the hell? Why does it say left? Sorry about that. It's that error right here. Left guard. I'm sorry. Yeah, left guard. The CBS Sports they have it at linebacker instead of left guard. But Joel Bitonio from the Browns, right guard Zach Martin from the Cowboys, and center Jason Kelsey. Um, what are your thoughts on that? Like, I feel like these are all well deserved.
yeah, yeah. 100%.
Like
100%.
I mean, tight end
Do you
Mark.
believe? Do you believe it should be that much of a distance between Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers?
Nah, not that much. I thought it should have been a lot closer.
Yeah, Tom
Um,
Brady had a good year, man.
yeah, he had a good
Leading
year.
the year in passing yards.
He just kind of like didn't take care of the ball as much as like Rodgers did.
Yeah,
So
wide receivers 100% deserved. Devontae Adams, Cooper Cup.
yeah, Debo
Cooper Cup broke
Samuel.
the receiving yards record this year. Devontae Adams just always,
Yeah,
always,
and Debo Samuel really broke out this year.
yeah,
Jonathan Taylor did his thing. Mark Andrews is the best tight end in the league. Um, yeah, I mean, I think these are all well deserved. Like all the linemen were great this year. No complaints there. And yeah, I mean, going on to the defensive side, I like this because a lot of these guys could win
yeah.
defensive player of the year.
There's also I actually have after what you have to say about this, I actually have something to say about one of the cornerbacks.
I already know who, but I'll say it, who made it. T.J. Watt, Miles Garrett, Aaron Donald, Cameron Hayward, Darius Leonard, Micah Parsons, who I actually called making the All Pro in September, and I called it, which is crazy. Devondre Campbell, Trayvon Diggs, Jalen Ramsey, Kevin Byard, and Jordan Poyer. Um, yeah, let's hear what you have to say about.
Uh,
We had no Trayvon
Darius
Diggs.
Slate. No, I was gonna say Darius Slate only received one All Pro vote.
Yo, that was. I actually thought Darius Slay deserved it over Trayvon.
That's what I'm saying.
Darius Slay's been
Darius
very good
Slate
this year.
Darius Slay's better man to man as well.
He's been very good this year. Very, very
He
good.
only
But,
received one All Pro vote.
you know,
That's just crazy.
Trayvon Diggs, I mean, this guy, how many interceptions he had? Like, despite how many yards he gives up, man, like, that's a lot of
I know,
interceptions.
but it is a lot of interceptions. But it also is a lot of miscommunication with him and the safety.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
just man to man coverage in general is just I don't know.
yeah,
He's
but,
still great. Don't get me wrong.
yeah,
He's still
he's
great.
great. He's going to be,
He's also young, so
once he gets that man to man coverage down, he's going to be unstoppable. It's going to be, but yeah, I mean, out of these guys, who could really win, like, Defensive Player of the Year? I mean, you got to give it to T.J. Watt. Like all those
yeah,
sacks he got, and
most sacks. Yeah,
yeah, he's probably one of the reasons why the Steelers made the playoffs. And
100%.
it's just he's such a great player. And yeah, I mean, we
No,
can talk.
no disagrees.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
everything's good
disagreements
here.
there. First team special teams. I mean,
Justin Tucker, of course,
yeah,
had a
just
66-yard field goal versus my team.
yeah, Justin Tucker always makes first team special teams. He's the best kicker in the league. AJ Cole at punter from the Raiders. My boy Braxton Berrios from the Jets at kick returner. He's been great this year. Devin Duvernay at punt returner from the Ravens. And JT Gray and Luke Rhodes both made it. No complaints here. I mean, I never really paid too much attention to like special teams like that.
Yeah,
But Justin Tucker's great, and
Justin Tucker. Yeah, just everybody knows.
yeah, and Braxton Barris is really looking like a great kick returner, especially made All Pro with the Jets. It's probably the only bright spot of the team. But yeah, I mean, who do you think? So, if Aaron Rodgers, like, if they didn't, I feel like they should always release All Pro after MVP because it kind of reveals who's gonna win MVP.
Yeah, because the same voters who vote for this vote for MVP.
Yeah, and I mean, Rodgers gonna win that. Offensive
Yeah,
Player of the Year. Who do you give it to? Cooper Cup or Jonathan Taylor?
I think you got to give it to Cooper Cup, especially since he broke the receiving yards for. He
I
beat
mean,
Calvin Johnson, my favorite wide receiver, and the best wide receiver of all time.
debatable.
Very debatable, but
Yeah, we could
he
talk
did.
about
You got
that
to give it to
another
Cooper
day.
Cup. You got to give it to Cooper Cup.
I mean, I don't know, man. Jonathan Taylor had an insane year. Insane. Like, okay, we could all agree that if Derrick Henry played every single game, he would have
He would have
won.
won.
He would have won. Like, but what Jonathan Taylor did was insane, and he propelled them to a winning record. So I don't know, yeah. But Cooper Cup was
Cooper
so.
Cooper Cup is just insane this season, man.
But I think I got to give it to Jonathan Taylor, man. He's been incredible, and it's just it's been crazy what he did for the Colts. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Can we talk about how Matthew Stafford was the same quarterback for Calvin Johnson to break the record and Cooper Cup?
yeah, that is actually pretty crazy. That is crazy. to
Yeah,
think like, damn, he's really been part of two great wide receivers, and like he helped them break those records. It's insane. Shout out
yeah.
to Matthew Stafford.
I also have a question for you.
What's up?
Do you think if Tom Brady wins his eighth ring, that kind of I think the GOAT debate's finalized, but do you kind of like end the debate between who's more skilled, him or Aaron, or no?
I mean, you can always say like, because bro, there's a lot of quarterbacks who are more skilled than the more successful ones. They just never got
Yeah,
to win. Like Dan Marino, for example. Dan Marino was one of the most skilled quarterbacks, just never won anything.
yeah,
I think, like Rogers is so skilled, but like he just never gets put into the best situations. And then you got Brady. He's just been so successful and put in the best situations. But man, when he
I
could come
just think
up
that
clutch
like the
too.
Rodgers is just unlucky, bro. Like
Yeah, he gets
he's
really
always put in
unlucky.
a great situation. Like the Packers are a great team every year.
He
It's
just
just they
gets
never are
unlucky with
able
play
to.
calling. I feel
Yeah,
he like Mike McCarthy wasn't the best coach for him, and then you got
I think him and
Matt
Peyton Manning,
LaFleur.
like debating between Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning, is probably much closer.
Yeah, I actually I'm a Peyton Manning fan. Like, who doesn't love Peyton Manning?
Yeah,
Guy's a legend. But bro, he was an underachiever. He was an underachiever because you think Peyton Manning, like in his prime, he only has one Super
yeah,
Bowl, and Brady was an overachiever. Obviously, I mean the guy has seven championships.
yeah.
Rogers, you could kind of say that about him too, but you know, it is really tight. I think if Rogers wins the Super Bowl this year, like you got to have that argument: who's better, Manning or Rogers? And
Yeah.
he wins MVP. It's tough. It's tough to say. Yeah, I mean, any other thoughts on the season? The season's been
I
great.
think great season.
Yeah,
Excited to see the playoffs today.
yeah, I'm very excited for that. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
also wanted to point out.
yeah, what's up?
I think you saw. I think mentioned this to you. Did you see that thing with Tom Brady and his defense? Like how often they win
Oh
when
yeah,
his defense?
what
Yeah.
was it? What was the stat exactly? Because I'm trying to remember.
So percentage of career playoff wins without having a top 10 defense.
Yeah.
Mahomes is 100%.
Yeah, but he's
Peyton
young, so
Manning,
that's like
yeah. Peyton Manning 78.6%.
wow,
Great. Breeze 77.8%.
wow,
Rodgers 54.5%, and Brady is 11.8%. And
wow.
it really puts into perspective how like this guy says how easy Brady had it compared to everybody else, which is come on, you could kind of say that, but like you can't take away the fact that offensively he's always doing his job
Yeah,
more than
but
other quarterbacks
at the end of the
sometimes.
day, it wasn't Brady's fault that he got drafted to the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't choose where you get drafted to. Like they drafted him.
I think people are also saying like when he went to the Bucks, like he kind of just like
Yeah,
he
but the
knew they had a
Bucks
great yeah.
didn't initially have the best defense.
Yeah, that's just
They
the
they
people are making in the comments
they
debate.
got better when Brady was there. Like
Yeah.
that's when they were good. But I feel like sometimes like Brady does get a lot of unwanted hate. Like I'm not the biggest Brady fan, especially like bro, me being a Jets fan, why would I be the biggest Brady fan? The guy's kicked our
He was
ass
in the
for like
division.
years. For years. Ever since I was born he was kicking our ass. So, you know, I wouldn't really like but him and Tampa like he's really proved that like he could win without Belichick, of course. So I give him my props. I give him props. I give him props. Sure. But yeah, I think
I
that
think
was
that's all I have. Yeah.
that was a great episode. I'm happy we got to redo it, especially right before the game. It'll all be uploaded by 4:15. Yeah, like right before that
Yeah.
first wild card game, and
And
yeah.
and maybe a little bit of a bonus. Colby Covington and Poyer Masvidal.
I'm thinking Colby Covington's gonna win.
I think Colby's gonna win too. Good fight. A lot
Yeah,
of beef between them.
yeah, that's gonna
I
be
think. Do you
fun.
think they'll hug it out? You think they'll hug it out after whoever wins?
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
Do you think if Colby loses, do you think he'll hug it out, or do you
Yeah,
think the other way
yeah.
around?
They'll hug it out either way. They'll hug it out either way.
We'll see. All right, just wanted to bring that up.
I mean, I
Big
mean,
fight.
I mean, Colby did it with Usman as well. Like, I mean, he
Yeah,
kind of
but
hugged it out.
then he started talking shit right after.
Yeah, but that's his character. That's the persona.
You can't respect a guy like that. You know, the guy cheats.
Yeah, he cheats or whatever. Yeah, but no, it's all the persona. He really
Yeah,
does probably respect me.
yeah. He's my favorite fighter right now.
Yeah,
Just
he's an entertaining fighter. Guy's always talking shit too. It's pretty funny.
yeah.
So well, I can't wait for that fight in March too. Hopefully they book Poirier and Diaz, and that would be good too. But
Oh yeah, they're still not booked, but I thought they're looking for it, right? They're
yeah,
still
that
trying to
they're that's probably what's gonna happen.
same card too.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. They're gonna be right under it. They have to make that 5 rounds as well.
Yeah, Colby and Mass will have to be the headline though. Like they're right under it.
Yeah,
All right.
no, they're the headline for sure. But yeah, let's
Do
not
you
get too
think
ahead of
who do you
ourselves.
think will sell? Who do you think will sell more, Colby and Jorge or
Well,
Dustin and Nate?
well, they're all in the same card, so at the end of the day, bro, they're gonna have a million buys,
Yeah, definitely.
and it'll be impressive that how much money they can make because they could put any other fighter under them. You put Dustin Poirier a household name, Nate Diaz a household name, Jorge Masvidal a household name, Colby Covington a household name, on the
Yeah,
same card. That's gonna sell a lot of pay-per-views.
100%.
Yeah. But anyways, I think that's it for today's episode 28, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.